What are you doing there?
Row cultivation.
Welcome to the Red River Valley of North Dakota. A land flowing with milk and honey. You're watching Beet Farmin Mitch. Good morning, this is Beet Farmin Mitch. First off, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you don't follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I put a lot of content on there, so check that out too. So today we're going to be running the Case Magnum 250 with a 24-row Will Rich cultivator. Here she is. So you can see the sweep there. It's a nice big single sweep. Nice and wide. Some of them you'll see 3 sweeps, but those tend to plug up with residue more. But this is just individual row sweep, nice and wide. In between the rows. These are the crop shields. So depending on the plant height, you can change the crop shield, have them up or down. I've got them down right now just so we don't throw too much dirt on the plants. Crop gets too big, then you can lift them up. And if we ever have to do sugar beets, we usually float them off the ground an inch or two because the sugar beet leaves go into the row, and if you have these down on the ground, it'll kind of cut them. So they're all kind of set in a little light float position right now. You can see it's doing a good job. Got this guy out. This is a pigweed, not a water hemp, thankfully. You can tell it's got the fuzzy hairs on the stem. So this is redwood pigweed. We've been having more trouble with water hemp over the last few years showing up, so we're really trying to stay on top of weed control. We call this one the Lone Tree 80. Can you guess why? So these are navy beans. Navy beans are typically a little bit smaller than pinto beans, just the way the plant is. And we grow both navy and pinto beans on our farm, both of which are delicious. Let's see, what do we got here? Some mustard. So when we harvest these navy beans, we'll still use like a straight combine header, like a flex head. And it still does work after you row cultivate them. You just don't want to hill them up too much. We used to knife all of our dry beans. But we've been switching more to straight combining. They each kind of have their pros and cons. You should check out my bean harvest videos if you're interested in that. Pinto or navy bean harvest. I think we're properly warmed up now. Let's hit her. When you start on the end of the field, you gotta be patient. You gotta make sure you're on your inside headland row and you put it down exactly right where the crop rows start. So you can see there's a few more weeds out here. It looks like some mustard. But we actually already sprayed this one, so it should die. But there's still a few escapes, so that's kind of the goal of this pass. I love row cultivating. And especially with this 250, you can nudge right on the stick here. Gotta make sure you keep her between the rows. So the navy and pinto beans are not GMOs, so we don't have the chemical technology that those other plants have. And so controlling weeds in these crops can be very tough. So that's part of why the row cultivator is a tool that we use on our farm from time to time to keep the weeds down. You still can spray certain things, but you're more limited and they aren't all as effective. I love row cultivating. I think I say that every time I make a row cultivator video. Look at that. 0.2 gallons an acre. So we're probably burning about $1 of fuel an acre. So not bad. And the labor, hey, I'm not cheap. So when you're factoring labor costs on a farm, obviously when you hire people and pay for them, you pretty much know where it is. But what do you value your own time at? That's called opportunity cost. Mine's pretty low. There's a few drowned out spots in this field in the low ditches. We got a couple big rains, but other than those spots, they're pretty good. You can see they're a little stunted here from water. Let's send her up. can see there's a few mustard here. Kind of going through a bit of a patch right now. I can see it on the drone. Here's a mustard. So this field has had a pre-emerge spray, meaning we sprayed it before we planted, and it's also had a post spray, meaning we sprayed it after we planted and it came up. So you can see the mustard's kind of dying, but a lot of times it just kind of dies back a little bit and it comes back. So I can see there's a bit of a patch here. I can see more of that on the drone. So definitely worth row cultivating to get rid of what's left, or try to anyway. So yeah, weed control and dry beans, fun stuff. 60 acres done, 0.2 gallons an acre. Coverage logging. What'd I do? Engine power. So this is an 80 acre field, so I got 20 acres left. Well, give or take. Pretty much take. The camera. I don't really use this. Honestly, the resolution's not that great. So I don't really see the purpose in it right now. But it's an interesting idea. Cultivating away. So instead of 0.2 gallons an acre, you can also switch it to gallons an hour, which that one's pretty common to see in tractors. 6 gallons an hour. And miles per gallon. What kind of miles per gallon do you get pulling a row cultivator with this thing? 1.1. Honestly, not too bad. I've seen much worse. This is a pretty low fuel pass. Just about at the end. Gonna have to do a bit of a maneuver here. The last pass is only 12 rows. We're gonna have to overlap. Seems like no matter what you do, there's always more weeds around the edge. Getting some of them. So to finish this field out, there's 12 rows here, and that was the full planter pass. So we're overlapping 12. Dunsky. If you can't tell, we've gotten rain this year. Alright, let's go fold this thing up. It's a little bit of a process. 1.5 inches. These are the wing locks. We gotta take that apart. So I got one of the wing locks. I got one of the wing locks off. Put our hydraulic blocks in. Go around to the other side. Under Wilrich Bridge. Better clean this row off. Pulled out plenty of weeds there on the last pass. Now we gotta lower it. Then when those wing wheels lift up all the way, you come and hit this valve. Now you lift it up. then you can fold the wings in. It's a little bit of work to fold it up. Some hydraulic system would be nice. But this thing isn't exactly new anymore either. Ready for the road. And don't forget to turn the front wheel assist off. Let's hope we don't blow a tire. We're going 16 miles an hour. I say that because I feel like I blow a lot of tires on this thing. But they're usually kind of old tires and the tires cracking up, so pretty standard, I guess. And the hydraulic hose. Get a hydraulic hose and a flat tire every once in a while. But other than that, I haven't had to do a whole lot of repairs to this thing. I did have one of the cultivator shanks break once, though. Do you remember that? And you always gotta have a few of these bad boys on hand. Hey, fresh gravel. I like it. Mission accomplished. As usual, this is Beet Farmin Mitch. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to keep it sweet.